Chapter 13. The Burden of Knowing. Finnley Sparks had made his choice. He carried the truth now, the knowledge of the mistake that had erased civilizations before his time. But knowledge wasn't just power. It was a burden, and Finnley wasn't sure if the galaxy was ready for it. Delta's voice was cautious. "Captain, your mind has stabilized, but your neurological patterns show lasting effects. The knowledge, it's altered you." Finnley exhaled sharply, staring into the abyss beyond SS Horizon. He could feel it. The weight of understanding sat heavy in his thoughts, like a whisper that refused to fade. "Yeah, well, nothing ever comes easy," he muttered. But what now? He couldn't just announce what he had seen. People wouldn't believe him. Some might fear it, others might try to test it. And that was the worst possibility. Because if someone thought they could control the forces he had uncovered, the Silent Watcher would wake, and this time it wouldn't hesitate. Finnley Sparks was not done, not yet. Warning the galaxy could come later. First, he needed to go deeper. Somewhere, buried in the wreckage of forgotten civilizations, were traces of those who had seen the Watcher before him, echoes of the erased. If he could find them, he might uncover knowledge that was never meant to survive. Delta processed quickly. "Captain, historical records indicate that any civilization erased by the Watcher left no official traces. However, deep space anomalies suggest unexplained ruins in sectors marked as dead zones." Finnley smirked. "Dead zones? Love that for us." Delta pulled up coordinates. One stands out in System Theta 9. No life signs. No recorded expeditions. And yet, transmissions have been detected from inside its atmosphere. Finnley's pulse spiked. A system with no inhabitants. But something was still broadcasting. Without hesitation, Finnley set the course. Whatever had remained after an erased civilization, he was about to find it. Finnley Sparks had traveled through known space, had faced warships, anomalies, and existential forces older than the stars. But System Theta 9 was different. This wasn't a battleground. This was a graveyard. SS Horizon dropped out of warp, arriving at the edge of the system. Finnley's breath hitched as he stared at the planet below. Theta 9 was wrong, not abandoned, not destroyed. Hollow. Delta processed quickly. "Captain, scans confirm what historical records claimed. No life signs. No atmosphere breaches. And yet, a transmission is repeating inside the ruins." Finnley's pulse quickened. "Repeating? Like a beacon?" Delta hesitated. "More like a memory." Finnley tightened his grip on the console. Something was still here. And whatever had survived the erasure was still waiting to be found. Finnley descended into the ruins, breathing in the heavy silence of a world that had been forgotten. Shattered monuments, fractured structures, remnants of a civilization that no longer existed. Then movement. His communicator crackled, and a voice, ancient, distant, and fractured, whispered through the static. "You should not be here." Finnley froze. He had come looking for knowledge, and now the last whisper of an erased civilization had found him. Finnley Sparks stood among the ruins, his breath shallow, his mind racing. The voice, fractured, ancient, impossible, had reached out across time itself. "You should not be here." But Finnley was here, and he wasn't leaving until he understood. Delta's scanners flickered wildly. "Captain, the transmission isn't AT coming from a machine, it's being generated from the remains of the civilization itself." Finnley frowned. "You mean like an imprint? A memory locked in time?" Delta processed rapidly. "Precisely. Whatever happened here, some remnant of their consciousness survived." Finnley exhaled, a warning left behind by the erased. But why? He stepped forward, the shattered world groaning beneath his boots. The transmission pulsed again, desperate, urgent. "We reached too far, and we were made to forget. Do not seek what cannot be held." Finnley's stomach twisted. This wasn't just a record. This was regret. Delta's voice was sharp. "Captain, sensor readings are unstable. Something is reacting to our presence." Finnley narrowed his eyes. Reacting how? Then the ground trembled, and something moved beneath the ruins. Whatever had survived wasn't just a whisper. It was watching him now.